If you're wondering how topical anti-androgens are different from things like finasteride and dutasteride, this is for you. Topical anti-androgens attach themselves to the androgen receptors in your hair follicles. Your hair follicles have androgen receptors that androgens like testosterone and DHT would attach to. This will miniaturize and prematurely make your hair fall out once they attach. It doesn't happen immediately. It degrades over, months, years, decades. And that's why you have like the Norwood 1, and it goes all the way back to you're essentially bald. Finasteride is a 5-alpha reductase inhibitor. So they have two different mechanisms of action. Finasteride and the 5-AR inhibitors will block the conversion of testosterone into dihydrotestosterone. Now, there are two types of conversions, type 1 and type 2. Finasteride just blocks type 2 conversion, which is most often found in the hair and prostate, and dutasteride blocks both of them. Finasteride usually lowers your DHT by about 70%, leaving about 30% still circulating. And this is how you can get those systemic side effects. Now, it's argued whether or not it's from low DHT or from high estrogen, whether or not you're getting those side effects from finasteride, but it could be a combination of both of them. When you use a topical anti-androgen, we are not lowering your DHT, raising your testosterone, or raising your estrogen. Ideally, the literature would suggest that it doesn't have an impact on your natural hormone levels. It will stay localized on the scalp and attach to the androgen receptors, blocking both testosterone and DHT from attaching. So you can negate those sexual side effects. Of course, this is still literature. We don't have actual clinical data to back this up 100%. That's why it's not an FDA-approved treatment. But it has been around since the 1980s and has been used really heavily since the 1990s. There have not been deaths. There have been people who've reported side effects. However, I always question those side effects because they don't really get their stuff from the best sources. I think if you're getting true, good, 99% pure RU5841, you will negate a lot of those side effects. And if you're not using too high a dosage, so 5%, 2%, 3% strength, that's how it doesn't have those side effects. Hopefully that answered the question.